morning, welcome back to the Swiss Alps. Quite a contrast to the last video in Death Valley where it was crazy hot. This morning I've come to Stellisee, one of my favourite places to take photographs. I seem to have done a video here every year, I think, for the last 3 or 4 years. Not done one this year, all summer, although I have been here taking photographs. I took this photograph earlier this summer, but didn't bring you along. I thought, since it snowed last night, I would try and get up here and take some photographs with the snow around the lake before the lake actually freezes. And it's beautiful. The other advantage of coming now is we're way beyond the end of the summer season. The lifts are closed, the flew-up hut is closed, so I have got this place entirely to myself. So I always find when I come to this location that I always end up taking very similar photographs. It's pretty straightforward, right? There's a Matterhorn, there's a reflection. This morning is a little bit different because there's a bit of wind on the lake and there's not much of a reflection going on. So I actually came up behind these rocks here and I've kind of positioned myself, or positioned him, up so that there's actually this big rock on the left and the big rock on the right, which kind of look like they bookend the image. And there's this rock in the middle here, which is smaller, but looks a bit bigger because it's closer to the camera, which kind of points up. And then behind it, the rock just behind it, giving a few layers. And in between these rocks here, there's a little bit of lake, which, although there's some wind, which is basically ruining the reflection in a lot of places, that little bit down in there is quite often more sheltered, and so I still get the reflection of the Matterhorn. I've made sure that's exactly in that little spot. And then obviously the Matterhorn up in the background. There's not much going on in the sky, but I think because of the contrast between the snow and the rock, and the little bits of cloud that we've got up in the sky, I think it might be a black and white image, which I wouldn't normally do here, but yeah, pretty cool, pretty happy with this one. All right, the wind's picked up. It's got really cold actually. The wind's picked up and there's no reflection on the lake anymore. Some nice light started hitting the Obergabelhorn, so I've come round the lake a little bit just to get a better view over there. There is still a bank on the right hand side which kind of gets in the way, but I think I've got 1 or 2 photos which are okay. Again, still no colour, but the contrast between the early morning light and the shadow, I think could look quite cool. So again, it could be black and white images. For those, I'll leave you with any of the best I've got, because it is cold enough that the battery in you is dying, the battery in here is dying, the batteries in here are dying, so time to get out of here. Thank you ever so much for watching. See you on the next one. Ciao, Zermatt.